can we see? What is it that we can do so to increase the uptake of this opportunity?
Thank you very much, PS. I think allow me to set the scene. We live in this country, and you know that we have a broken housing market where 70% of your urban population lives in the slums. Then you have a problem. It is one thing to discuss it. It's another thing to have a plan. So you have, we have a program where we are fixing an existential problem where the do nothing is just going to make the situation worse. We also have a situation whereby we are food insecure country, and we know if you look at our breadbasket counties, we are subdividing the land and putting up real estate. And therefore our arable land is getting smaller and smaller. So that is important because we are solving an existential problem. Now, while doing that, and because the biggest question that Kenyans asked is why housing and why housing now? It is very important to understand why are we having this program, and despite the noise that has been there, we have stuck with it. We are doing that because the dividend of fixing a multi-generational problem has also created opportunities. And these opportunities lie in enterprise, in job creation. You all know that when you read history, whenever the world had an issue with the economic meltdown, progressive leaders, FDR during the Great Depression, President Obama, just to quote two, in the Great Depression, they focused on building, and you build out of that depression. President Obama did the same thing. And we have a president here who, equally, when he came into office, we were struggling with the challenges of post-COVID, and equally we had the war in Russia and Ukraine that was affecting our supply chain. Now, so what that has created is an economy that is not creating enough jobs. At the same time, you have a situation whereby you have a massive urban migration. We have over 500,000 people who are moving to urban areas every year. And then you have got almost 800,000 young people who are joining the job market every year. You must have a plan. And that's why housing is a great opportunity to invest, because of the great supply chain that exists in housing. If you forget for once that housing is 4 walls and a roof, and you think about every component that makes a house, each one of them is an industry. So we have a problem which then creates what we call a consumptive demand, 100,000 homes. And I want to just give you a few statistics leading to the 11 billion. Number one, we are at 148,000 units under construction. You could have easily said, okay, let's import all these doors and windows because maybe in China they make them faster and maybe they make them cheaper. But we said we want to invest in our people, because our people know how to make doors and they know how to make windows and all the other stuff. Most of you here are in that sector. So we took a chance on you, and we ring-fenced products that we know you make. Between the opportunities and yourself, the people who are actually doing the job, there are many people who make more money than you who is actually making those doors. So we decided to go direct, and we're going directly to the Juaka opportunities. Here with me today, I don't know where they are, I have 4 beneficiaries.
Maybe someone should pass a mic to him. He looks rich.
Because I think it is time for you to hear from the real people who are benefiting, because sometimes it sounds like a story.
In a minute.
Excellency, the President handed over keys. They have done the doors and the windows. The first phase, which is about 6,000 units, they have a contract of 200 million. Again, it is not a story, it is true, and they aggregate to 11 billion shillings in people's lives. And by the way, guess what? Not only are they getting those billions of shillings, they are also the new homeowners. So the real dividend is that they not all then have already signed new contracts. So I will soon be updating you where we are, because every site that we are signing, there is opportunities for MSMEs. And those are only 3 products.
Thank you, PS.
Doors, windows, and balustrades. But Your Excellency, we have got 69 products. So we've only tested 3 products, and we already have 11 billion. Can you imagine how this country will look when we roll out the 69 products?
Thank you.
Sorry for taking too much time.
I had to add you some more minutes because I'm going to knock at your door with my Juakali. You are a huge market. You said how many billion again? Thank you. So can we get to hear from Juakali, person there, just in a minute, tell us what is your experience, how are you accessing finance, because they are here. These people today, they need to tell us how they are going to support you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. My name is Akal Aura. I'm a welder from Kibra High-Res. This is where we have a pilot project of the 4,515 units that are ongoing. I, myself, and my team...
Thank you.
Please, Lloyd.
I'm sure, Your Excellency, you will come in on that because 2.5 years ago, you credit to a single digit. And I think this is a conversation that we are going to have. Thank you very much. Let's clap for him. Now, Hinga, and arising from the opportunities that you have talked about, I'm just asking, is the same arrangement happening across the country? I mean, if I go to Kitale, if I go to Isiolo, if I go to Mandera, are the Juakali in those areas gaining access to this opportunity, or are we importing Juakali from Nairobi?
It is happening in every site. In fact, PS Susan, I want to challenge you because I am doing a housing scheme in your backyard in Funyula, Rakwet, and West Pokot. They have been advertised. So even those Juakalis in Turkana, Marsabit, and West Pokot, you are also going to be benefiting in the next 2 or so months.
Thank you. So let's clap for PS. Now, edible oil value chain, and this I'm coming to the Kenya Association of Manufacture. Every year we spend close to 150 billion. People spend in the industry to import the edible oil, raw materials, sesame, soybeans, sunflowers, palm oil. Yet these are traditional value chain. What are you doing? What are you doing in terms of working out on our local supply system so that we give this huge opportunity? Even if they can get to retain 50% of that amount, it will go into people's pocket. What is it that you're doing in that space as of Teka?
Thank you very much. I think it is an important conversation to ensure that we can source locally the raw material, which is edible oil, and process it here. Under what we call agriculture for industry is a pillar that is dear to us, and we are in governance, because right now there are already existing manufacturers who have identified potential areas where we can grow sunflower and the other edible products, is just to provide that conducive linkage with the farmers in those areas to plant the crop. Then we will come in as off-takers. And for this to happen, we need the government and the county government to take action in terms of linking with the farmers and providing
the FCFTA. Tell us what opportunities existed. Opportunities existed there for some of our MSMEs also to take, or rather to trade across the border. The other day we signed the economic partnership with the EU. How are we actualizing that? Because it's one thing to sign on the paper, it's another thing to really get to maximize on that opportunity. What is it that we are doing in your sector?
Thank you, Susan and Your Excellency. This is a situation that we are finding ourselves in at a time when we actually had not the best economic situation, having gone through COVID, having gone through all those global issues that were happening. But through your leadership, we have seen and under full understanding of the value of concentrating on micro, small enterprises to actually be the productive sector of the economy and move away from thinking more around consumption. And in that case, therefore, I have seen that through my macro and small-scale industries, so that there's a lot of production around value addition, making our products more competitive and fetching higher prices in the markets out there. This, therefore, means that when we are going into entering agreements with the European Union, the UAE, the Africa Continental Trade Agreement, we are really focusing on ensuring that we stop taking to the market our raw materials, but send to the market the value-added products that we are producing locally. Hence the reason why today is a very important day for us, because we are really getting to get the MSMEs to understand that they can not only produce for the domestic market, but there's potential for them to actually export out there. So, Your Excellency, your move for really getting us to focus on a market-oriented kind of economy, where we make sure we protect our local industries, but empower our industries.
2022, we did sign an MOU together with KCB Bank and KCB Foundation to be able to offer what I call tailor-made financial credit to our members. And very soon, Madam PS and Your Excellency, we are moving forward with KCB, whereby each and every association, they will be able to get a credit limit so that can be able to push their business forward. And I want to thank you very much, Your Excellency. Since your leadership, we are working very closely with your government through the State Department for MSME, and whereby now Juakali, also the sector has sent me to highlight to you that we have been working very closely with MSEA, and we were part of the process that did an act to create MSEA. We have been sitting in the board of MSEA for a while, but right now we have no representation, so maybe you can consider that. Thank you.
Thank you. But you're not a good person. Not to report kwa mdozi na tukapa na
Sijachoma.
So allow me, I have a hustler in the room. Alisema, ameniandikia note hapa, akasema ako na kitu ya kusema. Mike, where is this hustler? Someone pass the mic to this hustler. Okay.
Okay, kwanza nishukuru Mheshimiwa Rais kwa nafasi hii. Majina yangu ni Kevin Amateshe Ahonya. Mimi ni mfanyabiashara. Nimekuwa for business for 20 years now. Juakali, my family for 20 years. On 24th, I was self-employed. And on 25th, I was 4 students that have been taken care of, expecting them to be among the panelists there. Their dreams are in danger. My prayer is that as much as Mheshimiwa Rais is making effort to employ as many as he can, let's understand not all people will be accommodated. We have those who are self-employed, who depend on their effort. I work every day at 5. I sleep at 11 daily to make sure that I sustain my family and I don't involve myself in crime. And that's why up to now, I have never been handcuffed with a single police for these many years that I have been in business. Have been able to take care of my family comfortably. But now, because through the demonstration that was there, my place of work was burned to ashes. I work at Koja Stage on the building called Lord's House, where all our businesses were burned to ashes. And